Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of doing the headlights. So first, I cleaned off the front of the lens, and then I went ahead and took the wiring out. It's really easy. You just have to take off the bulbs out, and the wiring is just like hung in these little, I don't know if you can see, there. It's like this little hooks. It's just hung over there, so you just take that out, and then there's one bolt over here. It's like a Phillips head screw. It's a little bracket that holds it in place. So you take that out, then you take out the rubber grommets that go around here and here, and then there's a bunch of screws all around the edges. So I went ahead and took those out, and now I'm at the stage where I popped the little clips all around, and I knew I was gonna do this tonight, so I left my car. I parked it outside at work, and it was 105 degrees, so I figured like I wouldn't have to like bake it or whatever. When I was taking the screws out, there's a little like bit of sealant. I don't know if you can see at the top, a little bit of sealant, and it's super soft, right? So I mean, I figured like, you know, if it's super soft, like the heat did its work. But apparently not, or either I'm too scared. I can't get it to open. I don't have a heat gun, so I used a hairdryer. That didn't work either. So I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to bake them. So I'm preheating the oven now. It's at 260, and I think they said around 5 to 6 minutes, not that long. Obviously, you don't put the freaking lens down on the thing. You just put it like this, and it's not going to get that warm to like start melting stuff, I hope, because these are very expensive, and if I break them I can't replace them right now. But yeah, so that's the next part, is breaking apart the headlights and baking them pretty much just so I can get it open. So once I get that done, we'll go from there. So I just got the headlights out. I didn't leave it in there for too long because it was already out. The car was out all day. So hopefully it should work. I left it only for like 4 minutes. It's kind of warm, so be careful. Use some oven mitts or something when you take it out. Let's see if I can crack this open. So I finally got the freaking thing off. You have to be very careful. I think if I put it in the oven for a bit longer, it would have been easier, but I was scared enough to put it in the oven in the first place. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't break anything. I heard some loud cracks, but everything looks okay. So I'm guessing I didn't break anything, but you just have to be very careful. I don't plan to reuse this sealant. I got the Morimoto sealant, so I couldn't care less about this crap. So I'm just working my way and taking this off now. But yeah, everything looks okay. I heard a few lot of cracks, but what it was is like the sealant ripping from one side and going flat to the other. So that scared me, but it's the hardest thing is like figuring out how much how much force to use to pull it apart, because I've never done this before. I guess once you do one side, maybe the other side is easier because you kind of know like, oh yeah, this is how much force I should use. But other than that, I had the interior trim tool, the plastic one, so that really helped. Yeah, so right now I'm just gonna try and get all the gunk off, because I'm going to be using new sealant, so I don't want the old sealant to be there. So the video got cut off. Shout out to Leo for calling me, asshole. But yeah, so what I was saying is I'm getting rid of all the sealant now because I'm not going to use it, and then I guess we'll go to painting. Seriously though, I haven't worked this hard since like my 6th grade swimming class, when I had to literally swim to save my life. So it's pretty hard. I mean, if you can, just buy some headlights or trade with somebody. But I mean, hey, I'm all about the DIY life, so I guess perks of the trade? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm blabbering. I'm super tired. And this gunk stuff is really grossing me out, because it's like weird and soft and slush and mushy and gooey and stuff. So this is one side of the headlight. You want to try and keep this clean. I've seen a lot of people paint this yellow, red, whatever you want to match your color scheme or whatnot. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not even going to touch this side. I'm literally after, let me show you, the chrome piece that goes in here, that gunk stuff. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to tape some of the stuff off. I don't want everything to be black, but we'll get there when we'll get there. So I'm going to try and take this gunk off right now. As you can see, it's all over here. It's really easy. It comes off. But yeah, once I do that, I'm probably going to take a break before I do even attempt the other side, because that was exhausting. I was going to say exhilarating, but that implies that it was fun, but that wasn't really fun. So yeah, I'm going to work on this, and then we'll cut to the dismantling the chrome part. Yes. Alright, so got all the gunk off. So here we are. So now there's a few screws holding in the chrome piece. So I'm gonna get the screws out, and then we should be hopefully ready for paint. So it's around 10:30 on a Friday night. I'm super tired. This is just one. I don't even know if I want to tackle the other one tonight, but we'll see. Alright, let's keep at it and see how long we can keep going before I pass out. Alright, so we got it out now. Just gotta get the actual C part out, and I'm gonna take the amber out as well. A lot of people paint the amber, they wrap it. There's a whole lot of, you can do whatever you want. I've even seen carbon fiber wrap on that. Personally, I think I'm gonna leave it amber because I like the contrast. Otherwise, I feel like it's too much black. So I like the little orange just breaking it up a little. So what I'm gonna do now, I think there's some little clips here. I actually bought myself some long nose pliers. So you just be careful because it's super fragile plastic. Press the things in. I think there's like 2 on this side. You press those 2 in, and then it should just pop out. Oh. I'm super scared doing this right now because if I break anything, I don't have money to fix it, and I can't really drive my car without headlights. So, gonna take my time, be super cautious, and yeah, let's see. Success. So got that out. Now I'm just gonna get the amber out, and then we're gonna be ready for paint. So what I decided is I'm not going to paint the inside of the sea light part, just because I want it to remain like as bright as possible. So I'm gonna be taping that off, and yeah, I think that should be it, and then the rest can just hit it with the paint. So yeah. So one thing I'm going to do is before I paint it, I'm just going to wipe it down. There's a lot of fingerprint. My fingers are all sweaty and greasy and stuff. And since I was playing with that sealant, it's like all gooey. So clean it, and then we'll be ready for paint. Finish off the other side. It came out really good. I messed up some parts where I had taped it, and I let it dry too much before I could peel the tape off, so there was a little chips. So I went over and just quickly sprayed it, and there's a few nicks and stuff here and there, which happened when I tried to put the actual sea light cover on with the Diode Dynamics sea light underneath. But at this point, I really don't care, because it's taking forever, and I just want to be able to drive my car. So I'm going to put everything back now, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like installed on the car. So one thing I wanted to show you guys, I put new sealant in, so I'm using the Morimoto resealant. I put it in, pretty much got all the old sealant out from all the headlight housing, and I just put it into this crevice right here, all the way around the edge, one nice big strip. What I'm going to do now is stick it back in the oven, just the bottom part. Just to warm it up, get it all gooey, and then when I stick the top on, it should give it a nice factory, or as close to factory seal as possible, so that way I don't get any condensation or any moisture inside the headlights. I mean, it's really easy to do. It's really like tough when it's like cold, so it's not going to be like gooey and sticky like when we got the other one out. You want to wipe down the inside of your lights in case you got any lint or fingerprint, because otherwise it's going to be glaringly obvious that you messed up, and it's not going to look good. But this is what it looks like so far. I think it looks heaps better. Don't worry, all the specs and stuff are on the outside. I checked, but yeah, can't wait to get these on the car. So when the headlight is put back, I freaking love it. As I mentioned, some people paint this out too, or they wrap it in carbon fiber, whatever the case. I wanted to leave it because I like the contrast, how it breaks it up. One thing I wanted to mention is when you're putting all the wiring together back, I have everything put back. So before the sea light hole was, you know, it was sealed by the actual sea light itself, and there's a gasket here. But when you put the wire in, it's going to be an open hole. So what I did was I got some extra sealant, heated it up just using a hairdryer, and put it all the way around the hole. And you know, you pull the wire to one side, get the sealant all across, and then you pull it to the other side, and then make sure you get the other side too. This way you ensure that there's no gap, there's no way air can get in, so you won't get any moisture buildup inside the headlights. Baking the bottom with the sealant really helped because the sealant was nice and gooey. So when I put the top back on, it you could tell that wherever all the screws were, like the sealant was like oozing out. So you know, it was nice and warm. So hopefully there's no condensation. Don't have to worry about any of that. It's nice and sealed. So yeah, this is literally the last piece of the puzzle, getting sealant in here, making sure there's no gaps or anything. I just worked it up the wire a bit too, so in case the wire does move, there's no way for air to get in. So yeah, now is literally going to waiting on the other side to dry, but once it's done, gonna throw this on the car, wire it up, and we're ready to go. Hey guys, so I finally got the headlight installed. As you can see, it came out awesome. So right now I just have the parking lights on, with the key in the ignition and the accessory mode, so the sea lights are on. The paint came out really well. Hit a few snags, the actual taking it apart and putting the headlight back together. Few tips. So just be careful when you're pulling apart the headlight. I baked it. I was really scared about, you know, the whole aspect of baking the headlights, but it wasn't that bad. Just put a piece of towel on the actual tray or the little grate thing in the oven, 260 degrees for like 5 or 6 minutes, and yeah, that was fine. And then when I put it back together, I just put the new sealant in the actual bottom part, the black part, which has like the projector and everything. Threw that in the oven, got it all nice and soft, and then I put the top together, so that really helps seal it. Another thing I wanted to mention is that if you have the premium or the base headlights, you're gonna have the wire of the sea lights come through the old sea light hole. So you want to get some sealant, warm it up a bit, and cover that hole as best as you can so you don't get any condensation. Since I didn't paint the side markers, what I did was I just unplugged the bulbs, and I used sealant to cover that hole up too. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Also, be careful when you're putting the sea light cover thing, the plastic thing, on top. Once you've done painting it and putting the diode dynamics on, because you might scratch your paint. I scratched it a bit at the bottom, but I mean, it's not that bad. Other than that, I would give this installation, like the whole painting your headlights, sea light install was pretty easy, but like the painting part, you know, taking it apart and stuff, I would give that maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10 in terms of difficulty, for me personally. Other than that, everything's wired up. Wiring is super easy, comes with instructions. You just have to use the T-taps that comes with the kit, and it's super easy to install. You just want to be careful depending on where you tap the wires. You want to have enough slack so when you pull your bumper out, you're not pulling the whole wiring kit out, because you have to use the wires for the signal here. So make sure you work that in when you're actually wiring up the sea lights. But this is what happens when you live in Philadelphia. There's cops and all this stuff, noise all the time. Anyways, so yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna get you some clips of the actual sea lights right now, and yeah, stay tuned for the next install. I don't know what else I have planned next, but if depending on what it is, I'll be sure to make a video. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.